here we see them squaring up against NY Harlem with a place in the semi-finals at stake. So it's Ljubljana who have the first possession. Herzegovina guarded by Domo Jones, who takes it away. The barroom brawler is the recipient of the pass. And it's NY Harlem who get off the mark first, despite not having the first possession. Kaich, guarded by Jones. He's got the advantage inside, but settles for the fadeaway. Barroom brawler, Diversovic, doing a good job securing the defensive rebound. Domo Jones working the dribble, employing the head fakes, trying to cross up the tallest player in the tournament. Drive to the hole. Shot clock violation. Too much pounding on the perimeter from Domo Jones. There's a potential, a huge potential there for Krasnodar to be embarrassed by the slick ball handling ability of Jones, but he stood firm, kept his footing. In stride by Herzegovina to tie things up at 1 point apiece. Diversovic with the power move on the inside from behind the basket. Got that one to fall. Now here's the long and the short of it. Good recognition from Krasnodar. Saw that he had Jones on him and immediately went to the jump hook. Inside to Diversovic. He goes to the right-handed turnaround and doesn't get the roll. It was close, but he couldn't get it to fall. So what a start we've had to this. Number 11 seeds NY Harlem taking on the number 2 seeds Ljubljana. Got the tallest player on the court in Blaz Krasnodar, the Birdman, Domo Jones, the most diminutive athlete here at the World Tour final. Just 1.78 centimeters tall. Came together previously. The lack of size was exploited by Krasnodar. Kuntz rejected that shot, then Krasnodar does the same. But Diversovic battling to keep it alive. Kevin Josie tries to put the ball inside. Wonderful alertness by the super quick, super Dave Seegers. Goes to the pull-up jump shot. In and out. But then somehow manages to beat Kuntz to the basketball. And Kevjo, those fluorescent pink shoes, glistening beneath the floodlights here, able to score the putback. Look at the speed employed by David Seegers to beat Kuntz to that basketball, and Kevjo alert, cutting to the basket, wonderfully found by his teammate. NY Harlem lead by 1. Seegers, the lightest player in the tournament, at a willowy 79 kilograms, but he's 79 kilograms of fast twitch fiber. The 27-year-old uses that quickness to terrific effect. Now, Aleš Kuntz to the free throw line, drains it. Kuntz, 2-time representative for Slovenia at Eurobasket. Front rim on that 2-ball attempt by Josie. Domo Jones. Oh, look at that for a rebound. Krasnodar couldn't handle, took it up amongst the tall trees. Kevin Josie battling. And NY Harlem, the shortest team of the tournament, winning the battle on the interior against the tallest team of the tournament. Domo Jones skying to keep it alive. And NY Harlem have got some fans in the house here. Cries of USA, USA reverberating around this temporary arena. Domo Jones with a long-range 1. NY Harlem leading by 2. Inside, and the finish by Kuntz. I said leading by 2, it's a 3-point advantage. NY Harlem 3, Ljubljana 6, but now it is 2 points. Diversovic has really started the game with the hot hand. He's found his range inside, but still terrific, frenetic activity on the defensive side of the ball. Tipped in once again by Krasnodar. He did that effectively throughout pool play. From downtown, Kevin Josie, 10 points in pool play, hits another long-range 2, and NY Harlem lead by 4. And these guys must feel as though they're at home, the amount of support they're receiving from the crowd in attendance here in Abu Dhabi. Down the stretch with another huge number. Kresnar is posting up Seegers. Herzegovata fires for 2. He's asking for a foul, nothing doing, and while he's protesting, he's punished by Domo Jones from the perimeter. Another 2-ball successfully landed by NY Harlem, who have the hot hand as a team. Now, it was a hard fall to the surface by David Seegers as he left his feet to contest that shot. But Herzegovata complained vociferously to the officials that he thought he was fouled. And while he was remonstrating, Domo Jones helped himself to a deep 2-pointer and said thank you very much, to give NY Harlem a 6-point lead. 6.5 minutes to play in this quarterfinal, and David Seeger, who was in the wars yesterday by putting his body on the line, receiving some medical treatment on court here after hitting the floor rather heavily. He elected to leave his feet to challenge the shot attempt on the inside. Well, let's hope that he's okay. These are the anxious moments now for Seegers and his teammates. Indeed, all of the players competing here at the 3x3 World Tour final. Strong band of brotherhood amongst these 3x3 players. They travel to the same events together. Relationships are forged despite being contested in an atmosphere of fierce competition. Anybody from an opposing side likes to see their fellow basketball players injured. Still lying prone on the floor is David Seegers. He's alert, he's moving. I suspect that injury, the extent of that injury or discomfort is just being assessed at this point. Let's hope that the diagnosis is a favorable one from his point of view and that he's able to continue to compete here. Still plenty of basketball left, and that's how he did it. Good to see him up on his feet, but he's testing out that right shoulder because he came down from way up high. Took off as though it was on a pogo stick, and he's being encouraged by all of his teammates. Just feeling that shoulder. And let's hope his mobility too severely impaired. He was able to continue here in this quarterfinal. So to the free throw line for one shot, which is duly made. It was Blaz Kresnar. Birdman brings Ljubljana back to within 6. But the one-handed free throw attempt by Domo Jones, unsuccessful. The technical foul means that it's their possession. Rebound secured by Kajc. It's in the hands of Herzegovata. He's got it by Diversevic. Herzegovata from 2. Skying to pull down the rebound is Kevin Josie. So Domo Jones inside to Diversevic. He's got it by Kajc, fakes baseline, goes back middle, goes to the left-handed jump hook, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. Good use of his body there by Edis Diversevic. He's known as the barroom brawler, the man who lives in Manhattan. He was really instrumental in the victory they secured in pool play, NY Harlem, where they beat Trebovelier by 21 points to 19 in a nail-biting finish. So Birdman puts the ball on the floor. Diversevic being pulled back and forth. He was late on the rotation, and Kajc punished him with a 2-pointer. Domo Jones goes high over the outstretched arm of the fearsome shot blocker, Blaz Kresnar. NY Harlem, after that putback by Kresnar, leading by 4. Kev Josie working the dribble, gets to the hoop, despite the outstretched arm of Kresnar, who immediately looking to post up his smaller defender. He's caught the basketball now, backs his man down. Kev Joe standing strong, disrupts the jump hook. But we have a foul committed by Kevin Josie. after the shot was executed. Now, is that in the act of shooting, or was it afterwards? So a meeting of the tallest and shortest teams in the entire tournament. NY Harlem, the shortest team, a distinction that they share with Santos, who were eliminated during pool play, or at the conclusion of pool play. Domo Jones working against Herzegovina. Herzegovina standing strong. Herzegovina pulls down a rebound with some good positioning. Herzegovina, the 5th ranked 3x3 player in the world, #1 in his country. Working the dribble before offloading, hanging in the air, and then fighting for his own rebound, but unable to secure it. It's Blaz Kresnal. Herzegovina directing defensive responsibilities, but they are too late on the rotation, and Kevin Josie hits the deep 2. NY Harlem closing in on a 21-point winning total. Kevjo, animated, standing strong. Herzegovina from 2-point territory. Kresnal with the offensive board, takes it up strong. Fouled by Kevjo. Kevin Josie doesn't think he committed a foul, but then defending players whistled by the referee seldom think that they've committed a foul. And it will send Kresnal to the free throw line for 1 shot. Crucial that he makes this now, and he does so. Kresnal, the 8th ranked player in the world in 3x3, 4th best in Slovenia. 4 minutes 39 remaining. NY Harlem lead by 6. Domo Jones into the lane, tosses up a speculative left-handed shot, and that clears everything. Hoop, backboard, cameras on the backboard, and unsurprisingly, it will be Ljubljana ball with 4.5 minutes to play. Inside to Kunz, wonderfully executed. Crucial that Harlem retain their composure here, because the job is not done as Kevjo works the dribble, goes to the pull-up, back iron, and gets the shooter's roll. Kevjo with the hot hand, inside to Kunz, rejected, and the whistle on the play. Seegers can't believe it. Exploded off the court like a rubber ball to send that shot out. But the referee was poised with the whistle. There's the separation. There's the rejection. The crowd are seeing the replay on the big screen. It seemed to be an awful lot of forearm in there. Ljubljana back to within 5. Domo Jones from the baseline over Kresnal once again. Inside to Kunz. Got it by Diversevic. Goes to the free throw line after making the hoop. The veteran, Aleš Kunz, 42 years of age now, and all of that experience coming to the fore. Timeout on the floor. When we return, Aleš Kunz will go to the free throw line to shoot 1, trying to complete the 2-point play. Represented Slovenia in Eurobasket in 95 and 97. Still ranked 7th in the world in 3x3. But this is an example of the wonderful perimeter shooting. Domo Jones that time, using his body effectively on the inside, was the barroom brawler, Diversevic. Long range shots being hit as well. And look at this, the shortest player in the tournament, taking it to the tallest player in the tournament, and getting the spectacular finger roll to fall. And right in the face of Herzegovina was the diminutive Domo Jones. He doesn't back down. His competitive fire, along with that of his teammates, is fueling this performance by NY Harlem. They lead Ljubljana by 5, but it's Kunz on the free throw line looking to complete a 2-point play. 7 fouls by NY Harlem, so not only a 2-point play, but the opportunity for 1 more now. NY Harlem in the penalty. Every subsequent trip to the free throw line will be 2 free throws, and they've been punished heavily there. So NY Harlem, crucial that they don't foul now. They're within 3 of the 21-point winning total. We talked about keeping their head in the game. There's an error of execution. Turnover's the result. 2-pointer faked. Kresnal, uncontested, goes for the layup. Skying high is Kevjo. Comes down with it. Domo Jones in heavy traffic, gets to the glass and makes the basket. NY Harlem. Oh, now that is not a smart play by Domo Jones. Remember, NY Harlem are in the penalty, so it stops the clock and sends them to the free throw line for 2. That was Domo Jones taking it in to heavy traffic to make the layup, but this away back into the game now. Let off the hook as Chaich can't hit the first. Crucial that NY Harlem retain their focus. Don't go overboard with the defensive efforts. That second free throw hit by Chaich. NY Harlem within 1 possession of the 21-point winning total. Kevjo working the dribble, tough shot attempt, rebound, pulled in by Chaich. Now it's with Kresnar. Inside it goes to Kunz. Strong hand on the ball, but still, Kunz able to finish. Ljubljana competing fiercely to try and book their place in the semi-final. Diversevic working against Chaich. Chaich standing strong. Wrapped up Diversevic. Diversevic fouled by Chaich. Chaich, the 6th ranked 3x3 player in the world. So next foul will be 2 free throws if Ljubljana commits another. They're currently on 16 fouls. Seegers employs the quickness but picks up the dribble. Domo Jones with a spectacular pull-up 2. Nothing doing. Shot clock violation is going to result here. Seeger, give him credit. He recognized the fact that this previous shot didn't draw iron and had to get the shot off in a hurry. That's why he fired it up from behind the backboard on the baseline. Timeout on the floor. Ljubljana hanging tough and fighting hard. They trail NY Harlem by just 2. Ljubljana 17, NY Harlem 19, with just under 3 minutes to play. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Who will get to the finish line first? Because one suspects this one could be settled by a team reaching the 21-point winning total. Julevic looking on. Novistad Al-Wakda waiting in the wings. The tournament #1 seeds will square off against Manila North. Filipino flags in the crowd. Lots of Filipino spectators who have been wonderful supporters, cheering all of the teams, but just listen to the ovation that Manila North will receive in a few minutes' time. But first of all, let's conclude this one. Ljubljana trailing NY Harlem by 2. Herzegovina inside to Kunz. He's working on Diversevic. Remember, they can't foul, but that's a rejection. Terrific use of the feet and timed his jump wonderfully, did Diversevic. Kevjo works the dribble, lots of contact, no foul, say the official. Kresnar with the board. Kresnar. Look at the way Kunz and Kevjo are wrestling on the inside. Referees are allowing them to play. Kunz hanging tough. Gets his own rebound on 3 occasions, and finally his persistence is rewarded. Kevjo for 2, back iron, rebound, last touch by NY Harlem, and we have a really close situation here. 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining. Ljubljana fighting fiercely are now within 1, but that was a wonderful defensive play by Diversevic, but Kunz came right back and fought tooth and nail to keep the offensive board alive. Oh, to the hoop, losing the dribble, finding Seegers, who goes up the reverse layup, who's no good. Kresnar beyond the arc, inside to Herzegovina. Remember, both teams in the penalty. Herzegovina ties things up at 19 points apiece. There's still 2 minutes to play. Seegers out to Domo Jones for 2. Back iron, rebound secured by Herzegovina. Seegers with the quickness, he fires for 2, back iron. Wonderful defensive anticipation by Seeger. Seegers, his quickness, his keeping them in it, rejected by Kresnar. Back and forth basketball. We are tied at 19. A 2-pointer will seal it. Herzegovina loses the dribble, rolling around, finds Kresnar on the interior, can't get the roll. 1 minute 20 seconds remaining. Tied ball game, 19 points apiece. Kevjo works the dribble, gets the layup to 4. Now what will Ljubljana do here? A 2-pointer would put them into the semi-finals. Chaich fires for 2, back iron. Herzegovina over the back to get the rebound. Inside, last touched. Let's see who touched it last. Timeout has been requested by Kunz. 1 minute remaining, and this, well, was a one-possession game either way, potentially. Seegers took it up strong. Krasnov said no, got a piece of it. The tallest player in the tournament, demonstrating his shot-blocking prowess to deny that shot opportunity. And now, with 1 minute remaining, Ljubljana trailing by 1. Ljubljana 19, NY Harlem 20. NY Harlem were in a commanding position with 5 minutes to play, but Ljubljana have scratched and fought and clawed and competed. And they are now within 1 2-pointer of a place in the Final Four. They have possession. Remember, a foul by either team would be incredibly costly because it would send the team just fouled to the free throw line for 2 shots. Herzegovina, guarded by Domo Jones. Kajc, now Herzegovina, nobody on him. He pulls the trigger, back iron, Domo Jones with the board. Does he keep the handle? Almost. Terrific footwork, and it's beyond the outstretched reach, agonizingly, of Dvercevic. He holds his head in anguish because that just came off his fingertips as he attempted to reel in this pass from Domo Jones. Too much on it, got a piece of it, but not enough to secure control. Herzegovina beyond the arc. Inside they go to Kuntz. He's going to tie it up here, and indeed he does. 20 points apiece. Next basket wins. 36 seconds to go. Domo Jones with a tough shot. He draws nothing. Ljubljana can prevail and go through to the Final Four. It's Kajc, guarded by Kebjo. Nobody can afford to foul. The fadeaway. Herzegovina hustles after it, and he's got it. 17 seconds in the game. Tough shot attempt. Domo Jones with the board. Almost loses the handle. This will be the last shot in regulation. And execution absolutely dreadful by NY Harlem. They can win in regulation here. Kuntz taking too long. The game clock has expired. Now execution down the stretch by both teams on the offensive side of the ball. Left little to be desired there. But their passion and commitment and energy on the defensive end, on the defensive side, deserve to be admired. Immense credit to both teams. But my goodness, this is called money time inside the final 30 seconds, and neither team didn't execute efficiently in the closing stages. There's a lot at stake. Remember, it's a place in the Final Four that goes for the victor, but what a wonderful game we have just witnessed. These are the highlights. Enjoy those visually, but we are going to overtime. So it is the first team to 2 points. The team who will have the basketball first will be the team that defended first to begin this quarterfinal. That's why experienced teams will often elect to defend at the conclusion of the coin toss, because if they defend first, they get the ball first now in overtime. Strategy going to be crucial. Remember, a 2-pointer off the bat will win it. You go for 2 quick ones on the interior. First to 2 will go through to the Final Four. It is Domo Jones, guarded by Herzegovina. Steps beyond the arc, inside to Dvercevic. He's guarded by Herzegovina, who's a strong athlete, but muscling to the hoop and getting the power layup to fall is the barroom brawler, Edis Dvercevic. Kajc, guarded by Kebjo. 2-pointer from Krasnov, air ball. Now, it is going to be crucial that NY Harlem execute effectively and efficiently here. They have the opportunity on this possession to book their place in the Final Four. Can Ljubljana avoid defeat once again? Working the dribble, offloads to Kebjo. Kebjo working the jab step against Kuntz. Takes it inside, goes to the acrobatic layup attempt. Seegers using that quickness to get a piece of the ball. Herzegovina recovers. Krasnov inside to Kuntz. Wrestling match down on the block. Now Kuntz can't believe that because the ball has gone the way of NY Harlem. Strong defensive stand by Kevin Josie. Here it was. Lots of contact. Referees say last touched by Kuntz, which indeed it was. Kuntz was asking for the foul. Domo Jones, rim shot. Diversevic with the board, couldn't with the defensive rebound. Herzegovasa for 2 to win it. Rim shot, rebound secured, too strong, tipped home by Krasnov. Next basket wins once again. Kevjo gets to the hoop, left-handed layup is too strong. Diversevic with the board, can't get it to fall. Domo Jones. The trigger pulled and drained by Kevin Jovi on the baseline. We have just witnessed a thriller. In overtime, it is NY Harlem who have prevailed over the tournament #2 seeds. And that baseline shot has just put NY Harlem into the semi-final at the expense of the tournament #2 seeds. 22 points to 21, the final score. Ljubljana eliminated in overtime. They fought valiantly to bring themselves back from a significant deficit with less than 5 minutes to play in this quarterfinal. Their competitive spirit deserves to be commended, but ultimately they have been eliminated by NY Harlem. Ljubljana, the 2013 World Tour champions, out at the quarterfinal stage.
It doesn't matter